Hello farmers and welcome back to Western Australia. The grass field is complete, so we can move on with our farm. Also in between episodes though, I went and bought the Kubota spreader that does lime and fertilizer. Got the extension put on so it does hold 10,000 liters. Cost me $29,000 to buy it. The reason why I bought it in between episodes is because a fertilizing contract came up for like $17,500. But I wasn't paying attention when I brought this back up, and I went to fill it up with fertilizer, and I mean, fill it up. Laugh, laugh. I didn't have enough money to fill it up. Filled about halfway, and I went like minus $32 in debt, and my worker stopped planting the field, so I had to complete the contract to get some money in, so the worker could continue on planting the grass field. But we are currently sitting at 75.72 in the bank account, and when we come over here, because it's time to return the drill. I'll empty out. I have a little bit of seed. When I mean a little bit of seed, there's probably like 5 liters in there and fertilizer. If we go ahead and check the leasing on the drill, we look at this, 2 hours. So I was tidying up the grass field, planting, and also I noticed about $2,000 came out of the bank account. I just barely went over by about maybe 10, 15 seconds of the hour. So I do have basically the drill for another hour free of charge, but there's nothing I'm really going to be able to get it done within that hour. So we're going to go ahead and return the drill. We can also over here return the baler. We don't need the baler, so let's go ahead and return that. Just making sure about that. Yeah, we don't need that for anything. But let's hook on up to the baling trailer, but I want to use the John Deere for a couple reasons. We're going to sell the bales, get some money in, and then I want to go ahead and get the pallet forks for the front loader so I can get the pallets of what is it? Fertilizer? What's it called? Yeah, it's like vegetable and fruit fertilizer. I should get it down at some point. Fruit and vegetable fertilizer. Well, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and get our front loader attached here. Oh yes, and the reason why the bucket was so expensive is because it will do cut sugar beet. So in the future, if I want to do some cut sugar beet, although that would take forever because when you harvest sugar beet, you get a lot. But we're going to end up doing sugar cane here anyways. Only be able to do 2,000 liters at a time would not be getting the job done rather quickly. Alright, so we're going to go down and sell the straw bales, get some money in the bank account. We'll get the pallet forks and also the fruit and veggie fertilizer so we can get some into the greenhouse and also some into the orchard. So I will see you down at the store. So I think I know where the bales are going. It's kind of obvious, but maybe too obvious to where that's where they're not going. We can see all the bales over here. I think they're going right here in this shed. Let's go ahead and get the interactive zone markers turned on, and we'll see what sell point I should be bringing it to. Let's go to here. Actually, here, straw, animal dealer, tag place. All right, so they're not going in there. They're going right there. What is it? I think, are these 45,000 liters apiece? Yes, 45,000 liters apiece. Let's see what we get from all these beautiful straw bales. That should be good. Let's go ahead and unload. And if we get enough money, I'm hoping to be able to spread lime on the grass field. For a couple of reasons. That'll help out our precision farming scoring, which, by the way, before I sell that, we don't have a negative number anymore. I think we're even. Even, Steven, your environmental score does not affect the sell price. We're at 0. We got it up to 49 of a score. I think we were down to 46. You can see tillage is at a perfect score. Soil sampling is near perfect. But anyways, let's go ahead and sell these straw bales. But if we get enough, yeah, I want to be able to lime the field. How are we doing here? Almost 26,000 in the bank account. Actually, we can turn the baling trailer now. Don't need that for anything. So the one thing I was doing some math on while a worker was planting grass in our field, I'm going to need about 11,000 in the bank account when it comes time to cut the grass, to lease the mower, lease a windrower, and lease the baler that will bale and wrap. I will not need the bale trailer because I'm going to leave the bales right in the field for 3 months for them to ferment, and then I'll pick up all the bales later on. It'll take 3 months for the bales to ferment, but it'll also take 3 months for the grass to grow. So leaving the bales in the field will not hurt us at all. Well, at least it shouldn't. All right, so down here, front loader tools, we just want pallet forks. These should do just fine. And I think we'll just get one pallet. I'm going to try to put half in the greenhouse and the other half in the orchard. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do, where is... Yeah, wait, interactive zone markers are still on. Where do I go to customize this thing? Here's the shop. Where is the garage? That's a good question. The shop is here. Is this where I go to customize? It is where I go to customize. Okay. How much is it going to be to put wide tires and weights at 3,000? Alright, just keep spending that money like you don't have any. Alright, that'll make it look a little bit better for what we're going to be doing. And it may help me not having to buy a weight, which weight would probably be cheaper. But running around on the narrow tires as much as we are doesn't look the greatest. Let's just go ahead and move this out here. And the reason why we went narrow tires is because when we came here, our field had oats into it, and I wanted to soil sample it. So I needed narrow tires to get in there, else we would have had crop destruction. Alright, that's holding that pallet pretty good. Alright, so the nice, wonderful trip back to the farm. See in about 3 minutes, and we'll put 1,000 liters into the greenhouse and 1,000 liters into the orchard. That will boost up our production of the fruits. Well, at least the drive on the way back gives me some time to think, and I just realized I've done this mistake before, but I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to put in this fertilizer right from the IBC into the productions. I'm probably going to need a tanker to unload this into the tanker, and then take the tanker and unload it into the productions. But we'll see. I think I did the same thing on Goldcrest Valley with the generating plant, the dam, where we had the transformer oil, I think it was. Let's see here. Where does this actually go? I'll be surprised if it takes it right from the bucket or right from the IBC. Alright, so that is a little bit too much weight for the John Deere as is. But yeah, I'm not getting no prompt to like unload from the IBC. And I assume that's where that goes. Could it possibly go over here? I mean, I think this is the water tanker over here, and that is for the... No, it's going right in. Okay. I thought this was the water over here, but no, I was wrong. And I'm wrong about that getting taken right from the IBC. Well, that's a bonus. I'm actually surprised about that. So let's go over to here. And I would assume do the same thing, because it's part of the same mod. Boy, that is still kind of heavy. Yeah, but the reason for the wide tires and weights is not just for this, but when I move the compost around, I'm going to need the weights on the tires as well. So that will hopefully do us better in the production buildings. Alright, so now we get the plus 60% out of it. So now we're equaling 160% production out of here, which is perfect. And I'm assuming the same thing is going to be for here as well. Lovely. Just lovely. So down to 18,000. Now I know lime does not cost a lot, but I think we're going to use more than $18,000 worth of lime in this field here. I'm really hoping for some contracts to come up in the next month or two before our grass is ready. Wheat and barley harvest will be starting in the next month or two, so fingers crossed we'll get some contracts for fertilizing. Oh, you know what I gotta do is I gotta empty out the fertilizer that's here. Now let's go ahead and get ourselves some lime. See how far we get with 10,000 liters. I'm guessing not far. So we'll have a look in the field and see exactly on the field info, just making sure my working width is at max. We'll see how much it increases the yield off the field. So right now we're expecting 122% out of 125. Alright, just want to go ahead and check it here. It was 122, and now it's 135 out of 125. So 13% increase in yield by getting the lime down. The question is, am I going to have enough to get this field done? And I'm going to guess no, but we'll see how far we do get. Want to make sure we cover every square inch possible. So by doing this, more grass means more silage, which means more money in a half a year. Sounds terrible when I say it like that, because it's going to take 3 months before this grass is ready to be cut, and then it's going to take 3 months for the bales to ferment. But yeah, you can see how fast we are going through this 10,000 liters. We're halfway through that already. The other thing I noticed, though, when I came over, and I was actually surprised, I'm like, boy, the workers really doing a great job getting around the power lines and not colliding with it. And then I decided to retest it again, and I drove straight through the power lines. I thought I tested it here, and then I collided with the power lines. But no, you can drive right on through these power lines. They're not collidable. So, yeah, shows what I know about things. Missing a little bit of spot over there. Just trying to cover as much as I possibly can. Yeah, as long as we have the 11,000 in 3 months, I can cut the grass, windrow, and then of course bale it and wrap it. That'll be great. Well, you know what? We actually covered quite a good area. And what was that? Like $1,800 worth of lime. So I can fill up quite a few more times here. So we might get this whole field done. It's just going to take me a few trips back and forth here to get it done. Solid fertilizer? No, we want lime. Alright, cover it up. And we shall continue. So, am I going to get the field done? I'm thinking yes. I think we'll end up with maybe like $3,000 or $4,000 left in the bank account once we do get done.
Let me know, do you We've been on and off, in and out, up and down, too many times. Now it's time. Show me what you got. Some say that it's the little things. I say that it's a big old ring. Anything to hear you say I do. It ain't the way that you see me. It ain't the way that you kiss. It ain't the way that you please me. It's just the way that it is. The way that it is. Baby.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have a little bit more money in the bank account than I thought. I don't actually need a full spreader's worth here, so let's just grab that much. And let's see if I can cover the field with just that. I'm trying to remember what was here on the farm, why there's markers here. I don't remember. If anyone did play Western Australia or is playing with the farm as it was built, what goes there? Because I don't remember what was there. Why there's markers there, I don't know. So I'm glad we got the whole field done. As we saw in the beginning on that soil that we were on anyways, we're upping basically the expected yield by 13% by just putting the line down. And plus, this will also help out our environmental score. It'll boost it on up. So when we sell the silage in a half a year, we should get more than just the base price. Yeah, just to show you that you can drive straight on through these power lines. Just like that. I'll try not to do so in the future, but I just wanted to showcase that it can be done. Alright, just got a couple of patches here. I did miss a few spots going around, but then again I was trying to maximize the working width, not knowing in the beginning if I could get the whole field done or not, but we are able to. And with this being done, our work in our field is done. So now, yes, we just need a little bit of help from the other farmers to hire us to either plow a field, fertilize a field in the next 3 months. That would be great. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and just park the John Deere over here by our bucket. The farm's going to get messy until we can afford a shed and, you know, start putting things where they need to be, but that's going to be a little bit. When I do sell the silage in a half a year, I do think the best way to go about this is with the money that we earn to buy another field if we can do so. And the reason behind that is if the loan, enhanced loan system is land value based, then buying more land, one, we'll be able to, you know, more land, I can put more product into the ground, and of course, we can make more money off it. But then I should be able to take that, you know, take the money, buy the land, and then put the land up as a loan. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that in the future. Contracts, harvesting, spraying. I could just do these contracts here. I'd have to borrow the equipment because I don't have any of this equipment to do so. But yeah, I'm just going to pass on those. So yeah, I think we're all set. Actually, let me just speed up to the day. And no, I'm not even going to bother even looking in the sales department because nothing's going to come up that I really am looking forward to getting. Even any of the stuff I want to lease for mowing the grass, don't want to do that because that equipment's not going to be big enough for what I want to do here in the future. So land value, yes, I was going to look at that in just a moment. So Let's scroll on back. We are up here. I mean, I think field number 4 is going to be the cheapest, and that is going for $320,000. That price is pretty good. It's actually a minus 11% on it. Ooh, boy, it got dark here awfully quick. Contracts? I'm kind of late for looking at them, but no, nothing has changed. All right, so let's go into our house. We will shut the door. I think there is a light switch in here somewhere. Or am I wrong in that part here? Oh, it's right here. No, that's the door. That's open gate. How can I get to the light switch? Lights on. There we go. There we go. Now we'll go back to our lovely little bed. Yeah, our lovely little bed. So hopefully we'll wake up in the morning. Yeah, let's wake up at 8. Because we're doing that 1 day per month thing. So just like on American Falls, near the map, contracts are going to come and go rather quickly. And contracts are what we are looking for. So the loan, 919, loan interest, 1662, and all the other stuff I did not see. But let's head outside. And there is our grass field growing. And looking good. It's going to be a very good yield. 135% out of 125. Where our grass field is looking wonderful. Plowing, harvesting, sowing, spraying, weeding. Well, plowing for sure. How big is field number 2? That's $40,000 for field number 2. Oh, it's the one right next to us. Right next to us. So, yes, let's go ahead and take... I mean, that's gonna do us great. I don't want to do a whole lot of contracts on this series. Contracts are disappearing quick. Better go ahead and click on that before it... Okay, it did activate. You know what? I'm going to take... Well, they're disappearing quick. I'm going to take both of them. Of course, I'll be doing most of them off camera in between episodes, but yeah, that is a good amount of money. That is a good amount of money. That's going to do us wonderfully. That's why we needed the plow, and the Massey Ferguson can go ahead and handle that. Boy, I'm getting low on fuel. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to put down a fuel pump on the farm because, well, you know, driving all the way down to get... Actually, I didn't look. I think the only place to get fuel here is going to be down here. Yep, there's fuel here. Like I said, everything's going to be there. The only thing that's not there is the grain mill, which is up here. So, yeah, driving down there to get fuel. It'd be nice to have our own fuel pumps here. We can get cheap fuel pumps put on here. I probably will use the same one I used on Goldcrest Valley. That was a nice one to have. All right, let's help out this farmer over here. So, a lot of the fields that had wheat and barley into it, they should be harvesting them. Let me just get oriented around here. And it's a big open field, so it shouldn't take a worker... I shouldn't say take too long. That's going to take a while. But, you know, we'll get the money on in. What am I doing here? Worker. Hopefully I got enough cash, though, to get the field done. If not, then I'll have to finish it myself, which is not that big of a deal. But the worker, hopefully we'll get most of it done. 3 headlands. You know what? I'm going to do 4 since it's a big field, just to make sure that when they start going back and forth, they have plenty of room to turn around the field. They don't do that whole forward, backward kind of a thing. Let's go ahead and get a worker done there. Probably going to take course play a while to get done. Calculating course, but did it rather quickly. There was a setting in 19 that used to show how long course play had left to get the field done. I don't know where that setting is in FS22. Is $3,500 enough to get that done? Well, we'll let them do what they do. If they don't, well, then I'll find other ways. Yeah, let me just look at the calendar again. So, yeah, wheat and barley and canola are all hopefully getting planted. So maybe we'll get some fertilizing contracts. If I were to look at fields that have been... All right, so field number 2, of course, we're plowing that. Field number 5 has been cultivated. All right. What other fields are ready? Field 17 has been withered. I don't know if that's the plowing contract I took. No, contract I took is in field number 14. So hopefully they'll get replanted at some point. Yeah, maybe. But anyways, I need to scoot over here. Oh, let me guess. This is not going to be ready, is it? 92%. All right, we'll fast forward time here. And how much every hour gets done. All right, so another hour, it should be ready. Meanwhile, keep your eye on some contracts. Plowing, harvesting, weeds. All right, this is ready. Let's slow down time. Fertilize. Oh, I would like to get them all done, actually. Let's do field number 6 first, accept contract. The reason why I want to do that, I don't have a whole lot of money to buy a whole bunch of fertilizer, so I want to make sure I can get one job done, and then so on and so forth. But we're going to go ahead and put some compost into our greenhouse and our orchard. And this bucket does hold 2,100 liters, I think. Oh, wow. Even with wide tires and weights, that is a little bit too much. All right, so the question is, where do I... Oh, am I going to have to buy... So the weights are not really... Oh, there we go. Kind of. All right, so yeah, we're going to need a weight. Let me just see if this is where it goes. So yeah, some came out of the bucket. Let's see if that's where it's going. Greenhouse, compost, 398. Yeah, I think it's going in there. I think it's 2,100 that holds. Compost 2,301. Does that bucket hold 2,300? It does, 2,300. Okay. All right, so I just want to get another bucket into, or not another bucket, but the first bucket into the orchard as well. And we'll have to get a weight for the John Deere. But before I do that and buy anything, we're going to have to get a fertilizing contract done to bring in some cash. And then, once I start bringing some cash, I'll get the other fertilizing contracts done as well. So, yeah, a whole bunch of money will be coming in by next episode. So we should be fine on leasing equipment for the grass field. Why does that look very, very full already? Compost is at 0. It does hold 20,000. And this is where it's got to go. Can it take 20,000 liters? All right, you know what? We'll just have to take care of this later. Let me drop that off there. Yeah, definitely got to get ourselves a weight. Let's scooch through there. Start piling up all these everywhere. All right, give me all that fertilizer back, and I'm going to top off this with whatever money we got left. Oh, no, I better not, because I almost did the same thing as I did in between episodes by just buying all the fertilizer that I could. Then I had no money. Then my worker stops in plowing the field. So let me grab this as well. Yeah, let's at least leave $1,000 in the bank account. Hopefully I can do this quick enough. Alright, that's good enough. I do hope. But once we collect on the first contract, then it should not be a problem. Fertilizing field number 6. Where is field number 6? 1, 2, 3, 5. Well, that's convenient. 6 is down by the store. Alright, so we on the widest working width? We are. Perfect. And this contract alone, and once I get this first fertilizing contract done, I can buy more fertilizer, do the other fertilizing contracts, and you can see how the snowball will start rolling downhill and accumulating. So shall the money. But we'll get this contract done, we'll buy a weight, come back and put the compost hopefully into the bins, and the greenhouse and also the orchard will be good to go for a little while. Well, this is looking very good for us. We're not going through that much fertilizer to get this contract done. Well, that just shows you right there. We are 64% done already. And I still got over 4,000 liters of fertilizer. So plenty to get this job done. We'll collect on the contract. And then we'll collect on another, well, accept another fertilizing contract to get that done. As I said in episode 1, I don't want to be doing a whole lot of contracts in this series. Just like the Hills of Tuscany, I'm trying to get away from it because we did a lot on American Falls. I forgot what it said at the end of that series, like 200 and something, somewhere around there. So, yeah, most of the money that we earn here, I want to be right off the farm itself. I don't want to be relying on other farmers, but this first year, just going to have to be. I mean, I did want to borrow $650,000 to start the series, but the bank loan said, nope, like $594,000. I think is what we were able to borrow. But by doing all these contracts that we see popping up, if I can get them all done, I may end up with $100,000. I should start, in some sense, looking at the sales page, just in case some of the items that I have been using will come up. Now, the only thing I would be really interested in is the bale trailer that we just used, because that is what we're going to be getting in the future anyways. So if that were to come up for sale after leasing it, that'd be great, which does happen once in a while. So we'll keep our eyes open for that. And as I mentioned, I don't want to say only need $11,000 to lease that equipment for our grass field now. But now seeing that all the money coming in from the contracts, we're going to have plenty. So by the time our grass field is ready to be mowed, I mean technically it'd be ready to be mowed next month, but we're going to wait like we always do for the final harvest stage to get most out of our grass field that we can. And yeah, we'll get most money for our silage in 5 months' time now. Just remember, and I want to remember myself as well, we're in Australia, so March is actually fall, not spring. And silage sells best in July, I think it is. So 95% done. Yep. After we get this done, we'll collect on the contract and head on down to the store. Get ourselves a decent weight for the back of the John Deere 6230. Contract done. Contract done. Turn that off. Save on that, please. Let's go down here. Hopefully the contracts are still there. So, yes, collect on that. And now I'll do field number 20. But I'll be going back to the farm. But let's head on down to the store. Where is field number 20, though? It doesn't matter. I'm going to go back to the farm anyways. 22 is in the center. There's 14. 20, right over here. Okay. Well, let's head on down to the store and get ourselves a weight. So we can easily lift up the compost and put it into the orchards and whatnot. In the distant future, we'll probably, because the money will be rolling in, we're going to get ourselves a giant wheel loader and a 10,000 liter bucket. Because the apple orchard is not the only apple orchard we're going to have. And we may have more than one greenhouse as well. So putting compost in all those all the time with a 2,000 liter bucket will get kind of tiring. So having a wheel loader that can grab 10,000 liters would be nice. So I'm never really good at guessing how much of a weight I do need. So what's in for sale? Same stuff as before. Well, there's a 7R in there, but yeah. Tractor is going to be on hold. Weights over here. I mean, there's a John Deere one for $9.50, but let's go. What's the biggest John Deere one you got? Ooh, 1.8 tons. I think that would be perfect. We don't need that. I think this one right here would be good. Let's go ahead and buy that one. At least I don't have to change the color on it. For now, I'll just put that on the front axle until we get back up to the farm. And now it's now it's too much weight for that. All right, I'm gonna have to swap this around now, I think, and hopefully it doesn't do a wheelie on the back. I may have gone overboard. Well, that seems to handle a lot better. I was kind of worried about possibly not having any weight on the front, so the wheels won't turn, but it seems to be doing just fine. Alright, I'll see you in 3 minutes back at the farm. We'll drop off the fertilizer spreader, and we'll hitch back up to the bucket and hopefully get those topped off with compost. Someone's holding up traffic, as I always do. Our worker is getting along rather quickly, plowing up this field. Be nice when they complete that contract, because that was, what, 40,000? And the only thing that's doing is putting wear and tear on the Massey Ferguson. I will have to put down a fuel pump next episode, though. I don't want to be driving down to the store all the time if I can help it. Yeah, the traffic seems kind of clustered on here. It's probably the line of traffic I held up on the way down to fertilize field number 6. Alright, let me go ahead and put the spreader right here, because I want to almost top it off with fertilizer before I go do the other fields. We got plenty more apple orchards to put down. I forgot how many there are in total. Is there 4 in total, I think? Possibly. Oh, yep, that does barely, that weight that we got barely is doing it. The back wheels are still a little bit on the light side. So that should be 2,300 into the orchard. Yep, 23. I get an extra liter somewhere. So it's going to be like 9 trips, maybe 8 trips over. I don't need to do it all today, but you can see why in the future it wouldn't be bad to have a wheel loader with a 10,000 liter bucket when you got to do all the orchards together. And we'll probably end up with another compost bin as well, because that's full of compost. So in the future, if I want to have some more extra, I can't start making more compost because I can't put any in there. It's just like a silage bunker. When you have silage in there, you can't put chaff in there. You gotta put it in a different bunker. But I mean, we do got 160. Well, I think we had 160,000 liters in there, so we got plenty for now. How much does the greenhouse hold? They hold 20,000 liters as well. So went through about 100 liters of the fruit and vegetable fertilizer, so I don't need to go down and buy any of that right away. Oh yeah, what's the grand total? We're at 200% in making apples and 200% making strawberries. So yeah, in the future we got to do apricot orchard, a plum orchard, and is that it? I thought there was more than that. Hang on a second here. Construction, production, orchards, apples. Oh, we got pears, apricots, and plums. Also in the greenhouses, I'm trying to figure out, and I don't know if I'm missing it in the mod or not, but there is one for watermelon, but I don't think there's any production for watermelon, is there? We got onions, cucumbers, green peppers. Oh, that's the greenhouse. Sorry, I need to be up here. The fruit and vegetable production. So we got apple juice, apricot juice, plum, ketchup, strawberry, and pickles. None of these recipes take watermelon. Unless there's another production in the pack that I did not notice right off. No, Orchard and Greenhouse's Revamp Edition. And that is it. That's all the productions that we have. So, yeah, the watermelons, we can do watermelons, but we would just sell them directly. Nothing to do more with them anyways. Well, that weight, I'm kind of glad I went with that weight now because, yeah, that 2,000 liters is putting a lot of weight in the front axle, and it is lifting up my rear wheels just a tad. But this will get the job done for sure. And I will probably fill that up in between episodes while my workers do their thing. But for now, I'm dropping that off. Dropping the weight off. And I'm going to fill this up with enough fertilizer to get some other jobs done. We'll leave $2,000 in the bank account, though. Okay, how about $1,000? I'll be done before we run out of that money anyways. So, as I sit here, and I'll just show you again so we can all do some math together. Let's see, plowing fields, so that's 42, so that's 57, 77, 83, and if I get this one, that's 93. We're going to be pretty close. I'm going to say probably like $90,000 in the bank account, because after I pay for worker fees and keep buying fertilizer, we should have $90,000 at the beginning of next episode, which is great. And maybe I can just skip the next 2 months. Well, we'll skip the rest of this month after I get those contracts done, and I can skip the entire month of April, and then we can just go work in our grass field and not have to worry about too much on contracts. But things are getting along rather well. Actually, should I be... do I have enough in? Oh, it hasn't distributed anything yet because I haven't turned it on yet. Should I be making apple juice and strawberry juice? How many strawberries do we got currently? Well, let's go ahead and turn on strawberry juice. Let's go ahead and activate that. And we'll activate that as well. Not going to hurt nothing. It'll take a while for the materials to show up. And then storing, everything over here is on storing. Perfect. So these productions should be running by the beginning of next episode. And the plowing of field number 2 is almost done. Well, I should say almost done. They're 40% done, so they're getting along pretty darn quickly. So, yeah, at the beginning of next episode, I'm going to say at least $90,000 in the bank account. And that will look pretty good. And then we can move on forward. Maybe skip, like I said, April and move on to May. And get that grass field mowed, windrowed, and baled. And in the meantime, keep checking the store page, like I said. The only thing I'm looking for, though, is the bale trailer. And if I can get it for like half off or something, that'd be great. But anyways, we're at that point of the video. If you made it this far and you liked what you saw, maybe think about giving the video a thumbs up. Helps out the channel more than you know. And if you haven't already and you're thinking about doing so, please do subscribe. But yes, that's what we're going to wrap up for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in Western Australia. But until then, have a good one.